Joining us now, Dr. Ofer Levy, a member of the FDA Vaccine Advisory Committee and director of the Precision Vaccines Program at Boston's Children's Hospital. Dr. Levy, great to see you as always. Thanks for joining us. And my very astute co-anchor remarked that you, last time you joined us, or perhaps the prior time, thought that should have been the guidance in the first place.
That's correct. And thank you for that, Wilf. And hello, Sarah. We have a very concerning situation that has evolved this weekend. We've seen the headlines, a new variant, and we'll find out in the coming 2 weeks or so, as Dr. Fauci says, how effective our vaccines are against it. But it does make sense to double down on recommendations that those who are eligible immunize and those who can get boosted, boost up, because it stands to reason a higher antibody level may help protect against this new variant.
Dr. Levy, what would you say to people who say that we've already been moving way faster in light of what data we do have with this disease over the last couple of years than you would traditionally, whether that's emergency use authorizations or whatever else? And as you just said, we're still waiting for the data on this. And we already have fairly unprecedented mandates and guidance out there for things like vaccines already. Is this giving a little bit of ammunition to the anti-vaxxers to say that things have just gone crazily too far?
Well, we are in a pattern where agonizing decisions have to be made day by day. Sometimes we're criticized for not moving fast enough. We've had those interviews, Wilf, you might remember them, and we were out of an abundance of caution, postponing a uniform booster recommendation for everybody in the younger age groups. But as more safety data is coming in, that's reassuring. And as we see coronavirus cases rising and now new variants, I agree with CDC's guidance today. It's the prudent thing to do, given the situation we're in as we head into the winter months, which are often bad months for respiratory viruses.
It's great news that the CEOs of Pfizer and Moderna were on this morning. They said that they can and are starting to work on new vaccines to address these new variants. That was always part of the plan with these mRNA vaccines, 30, 60 days. Is that our new normal? We're going to have a booster every 2-3 months?
That obviously would be difficult to sustain. An advantage of the mRNA technology is that once we have a sequence, such as with a new variant, we can turn around a vaccine rather quickly with this platform, and that's what Pfizer and Moderna are highlighting, so that's good. But as you're highlighting, we could end up in a game of whack-a-mole where we get one variant and a few months later another one pops up. So where do we strike the balance? How can we work on the durability of the immunity? Is there a role for adjuvants, molecules that boost an immune response? We're working on that in the Precision Vaccines Program. There's a lot of science to be done up ahead.
Dr. Levy, this question is not relating to my previous one, just a general big picture question. But is it possible that a variant could be very positive if it turned out to be hugely transmissible but not particularly potent?
Yes, you can have scenarios where a less virulent, less pathogenic, less dangerous, if you will, variant outcompetes more severe ones. That can happen theoretically in biology. But right now with Omicron, the jury's out. We know it's spreading. We know that it's now been reported not just in Africa, but in Europe and other regions of the world. And we know from its sequence that the spike protein, which is what we target with these vaccines, is highly mutated. So it is a worrisome scenario. It is of concern. But I agree with President Biden. We don't want to panic, but we want to take prudent action. And I think those actions are being taken.
So do we give up on this idea of herd immunity, Dr. Levy, with these new variants coming?
I would love, I'm a vaccinologist. We are all about herd immunity. We love it. It's going to be challenging to reach herd immunity. I don't believe that we easily reach there with other respiratory viruses. But as the technologies get more sophisticated, that should be a technological goal. And of course, it's a public communications goal. You can design the best vaccine in the world, but if the uptake isn't high enough, you might not reach herd immunity. So that's a long-winded way of saying it's a great goal. I don't know we're getting there anytime soon. And this is a winter where, we're going to try to keep things as open as possible. And still, in the coming 2 weeks, we're going to get a lot new information about this variant. And that's going to impact public policy this winter in a big way.